What I'd like to talk to you about then is the perfect opportunity for you. What would that include? What does that entail? What's that?
Passive income. Income coming in even though we're not working too much.
So passive income, okay? What type of passive income? When I say,
As much as possible.
okay, that's what I'm looking for, all right? As much as possible, right? You want a high income opportunity, something that you can earn great money. Okay, that's one good thing. What are some other things?
I mean, it's easy.
Residual income, yeah.
Residual income, okay? Residual income. Time freedom. Time freedom, great. I heard someone over here shout out something.
Something that's easy to do.
Something that's easy.
Something that's fulfilling.
Fulfilling. Good. What do you mean by fulfilling? I mean, I have an idea, but what do you mean by fulfilling?
That's what you're passionate about.
Passionate about. Good. Very good. Okay? Describe your ultimate opportunity. What you're here to find. Anyone else? And let me tell you some of the things that I came up with. Great income potential. Would you agree? Time freedom. Okay? Allowing you to do with your time what you want to do. Work at or close to home. How many of you enjoy a long commute each day? Anyone? You enjoy it? Okay. All right. Well, one of my things would be to work at or close to home. How about choose who you work with? Anyone have any coworkers that you think, if I have to see that person again, I think I'm just going to die? Okay. So with me, I want to choose, what was that?
He is, you said if I ever see that person again, I'm going to die.
Or he is going to die. Yeah, okay. All right. All right, so choose who you want to work with. How about choose your hours? Okay. Sometimes I hate getting up early in the morning. Sometimes I like working late at night. But I want to choose. I don't want to be told when I have to work. How about a low overhead to get started? A lot of these opportunities out there, maybe it's a franchisee, maybe it's something like that, they require a significant down payment or investment to get started. How about being your own boss? Okay, is that one of the things you're looking for? How about utilizing an existing infrastructure? Okay. For those of you who have thought about starting your own business, well, I'll go to that in a second. In the typical corporate world, at least in the States, in America, a lot of times you get ahead by pushing those around you down. You climb your way up on the backs of others. Succeed instead of stepping on them. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Professional? Do you want this to be a good professional opportunity? Okay. How about do you want it to be local, national, multinational, global? Okay. Global opportunity? All right. How do these points sound? Are these the type of opportunities that you're looking for, some of the things? So passive, unlimited time freedom, easy and fulfilling, close to home. Choose who you work with, choose your own hours, low overhead, be your own boss. A built-out infrastructure, help others succeed, professional, global. Are these the key points that you're looking for?
Yes.
Okay. If you could find an opportunity like that, what is that really worth to you? Okay? So, what I wanted to do today, thanks Brian. What I wanted to do today is talk to you about my profession and what we do inside of the profession. To do that, I wanted to start off by giving you a little bit of a short history of what I've done, how I got into this profession, what it's meant to me and some of the people that I've gotten involved in the industry and so on. Now, any of you here, are you from a small town? Okay, how many of you here are from small towns? Okay, a lot of people. How many of you here are from large towns? A few? I was born in a small town in Utah, if you know where Utah is. It was such a small town that the main road going through the town was dirt. It wasn't even paved at that point. Just a small town. I grew up with small town values, small town work ethic. Many people from my town, many of the friends that I grew up with, have never left that town yet. One of the things that was kind of the norm was that you're born, you're educated, you get married, you raise a family, you go to work, you die in the same small town. I don't know if that's similar to Ireland here. Okay? And so by all rights, I probably should have fallen in line with that same scenario that happens in my town. But based on some decisions, some defining moments that I had, I changed that paradigm. I changed that and did a few speaking to you about opportunity. Let me tell you a little bit about some of the things which led me to this position, because I think it will parallel or be close to a lot of the things that each of you are going through. So once again, I was born in this small town, but at the time that I hit 19, I decided I'm going to go do some volunteer work. I'm going to put in an application, I'm going to volunteer with my church, and I'm going to go out and do some volunteer work. So I filled out an application, I sent it in. The church decided where I was going to go, but they chose the country of Japan. Now, at that point, I was 19, I'd never been on a plane before, and I decided, okay, looks like I'm going to Japan. I got ready, got prepared. I started to study the language for 2 months, and then I moved to Japan, which is kind of a scary but exciting experience for a small town boy venturing out into the world, going there, learning a new culture, learning a new experience. But I did that. I went out, volunteered, learned the language, and got some great cultural experience. At that point, I returned to the United States and decided to finish at the university to graduate from there. I chose at that point international business as my major. So I graduated in international business. But when I returned from living in Japan, my cousin came up to me and he said, "Hey Glenn, you speak Japanese, don't you?" And I said, "Skoshi," which is, yeah, a little bit. And he said, "Good, come work for my company." I said, "Okay, what company is that?" He said, "Nu Skin." Have any of you here ever heard of Nu Skin? Okay, Nu Skin at that time, right now they do about $1.3 billion a year in sales. Fairly large company. But when I started there, it was a small company, doing maybe $1 or $2 million per month. They had been in business for many years, but they hired me. My employee number was number 62. And I started there in customer service. It was a great opportunity for me because as I started, I got to know people inside of the industry. They would accept, the people that I got to know were usually those who weren't happy. Because if you think when you call a customer service agent, your product's delayed, you've got a problem, you've got something going on, they were people that were a little bit angry, all right? So I would take those calls, I would do a few things, but the company started to grow. As it grew, I grew inside of the company. So like I said, when I started, it was small. When I left, it was probably 3.5 years later. It was doing probably $600 to $700 million a year in sales, US dollars. So you can see that there was a lot of growth that took place in that period of time. At that point, I had worked my way through college, and I decided I'm going to move back to Japan.